Hey, what is going on, guys? Today I am rushing this video together because I am super excited. The long-awaited VRC Pageau 9T8 is here, and if you don't speak non-copyright name, this is of course the Peugeot 9X8 Le Mans hypercar. We've known about this car for a few weeks now, and it has finally come out, and this is VRC's most in-depth in terms of its physics and its systems. It adds even more stuff to their kind of extended physics, extended control system that they had before, and this car is just nuts. We got so much to talk about, so I don't want to waste any time. First and foremost, if you've bought some of VRC's more recent offerings, you most likely have the extended controls app that they have created. You're going to need the updated version for this. It's updated to version 2.1, and it is included with the car, not in the same file, so you will have to download two separate files, but you are going to need the updated version. And also, VRC does recommend a manual install for this car, so don't drag and drop it through Content Manager. Go through your Assetto Corsa directory. If you don't know how to do that, included in the car file, they do have a manual, which I recommend you take a look at anyway. This car, of course, features all of VRC's previous extended controls with the ignition and the starter and all of their little things you can tweak, but with this car they've added even more new features, and for this quick video today I want to cover two of them. The first one is suspension stuff with the setup. So of course the Peugeot 9X8 is pretty unique because it is a ground effect car. It doesn't have a rear wing, or at least it used to not have a rear wing. Now apparently it does for 2024, but beyond the point, for this car in its 2023 iteration, it did not have a rear wing. Just like F1 cars, it has most of its downforce from its ground effect, and what makes ground effect have the most potential in terms of its downforce is the ride height of the car. VRC have added new in-depth setup options for your springs, so you can get the perfect ride height for the Peugeot if you're really into delving into setups. But even if you're not really into setups, all of these new tweaks lead to a lot more of a dynamic suspension behavior, and it also allows you to change the steering ratio as well. So if you have tracks that need a little bit more steering compared to maybe some that don't need as much, you can tweak that now as well. The second thing is that they have added a lot of new features for the electric motors of the car. Default Assetto Corsa, of course, does have support for kind of these prototype hybrid systems like the Kunos LMP1 cars and things like that, but it's not super in-depth. VRC have gone in and changed that. A lot of what they've done behind the scenes is new algorithms to make sure that the power delivery from the hybrid motors is seamless, and as well the energy recovery during braking. In the setups as well, we will be able to modify the power level of the electric battery, of course, and there's different strat options as well for how much deploy you want to use. There's also been some tweaks to the traction control systems of the car, as well as some new display shenanigans we can mess around with. There is a lot of cool stuff to check out with this car, and I still have not even scratched the surface, I feel like, for what this mod really has in it. So we've covered a lot of the new features, not all of them. I highly, again, recommend you take a look at the included manual for this car. But let's get into a little bit more of the mod itself, how it drives, how it looks, how it sounds, all of that. This car has 700 brake horsepower, 655 Newton meters of torque. It just weighs 1,030 kilograms. And let's, of course, get into all of the simple stuff. The model, it's fantastic. It's VRC. They do everything super duper well in terms of modeling, and this car looks very, very nice. I have zero complaints with it at all. The sounds as well are super good. They do boast that they have a true-to-life representation of the 2.6-liter twin-turbo, and it does sound super good. They do also have some recommended in-game audio settings you can check out as well if you want to get the most out of the sounds that this car makes, because they are super nice. And of course, for the physics, I haven't driven the Peugeot 9X8 before, but I can say that this is about how I would expect. It does have that understeer. Of course, this car doesn't have a ton of downforce, especially at the rear, so it does have that understeery characteristic, but it's still pretty grippy, of course, being an LMH car, and it is just a fun car to drive. If you like prototypes, this will be right up your wheelhouse. I'm going to, of course, continue messing around with this car, and maybe in the next couple days I will make a video kind of going over all of the new extended physics stuff, as well as recovering some of the ones we've had before, just in case you're new to this VRC ecosystems of the extended controls and physics and everything like that. But for this video, I think that's all I got for you. This car is fantastic. It's VRC, and it's an LMH car. I don't know what else you need. The buy link will be in the description below. I highly recommend you check this one out. Thank you for watching. If you did enjoy this video, as always, a like and a sub would mean a lot. Make sure you check out my second channel, JC Racing, as well. That'll be the top link in the description below. But yeah, thank you for watching. Enjoy driving the Peugeot 9X8, and I'll see you all in the next one. Have a good one, guys.